Namaste, good morning. Thank you so much for joining. This is roughly a 90-minute practice. Please practice as always according to your conditions and your abilities. Feel free to leave out the variations if they don't suit your if they don't suit your ability or comfort level. And please respect your limitations. The practice is an offering, and so imagine all beings are experiencing this through you. If you go to a place of pain or suffering or anxiety, that's what you will transmit. So in that way, let's keep that in mind so we have a better chance of practicing in a way that is mindful and conscious, and that will bring the best experience to all beings everywhere. So let's begin. Close the eyes, bring the attention within. To the supreme divine consciousness that is within and all around us. Fix your mind on God alone. Your thoughts on God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. About to the light. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. And to make this practice even more powerful, even more meaningful, and even better than meditation, renounce all the fruits of the practice. Think of this as your divine obligation to all beings everywhere. Just do it because it must be done. So we will begin with a mantra for purification to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you don't know it, just pretend you're chanting through the voice of the Guru, move your lips, do your best, and if you think of those purification intentions, you will derive all those benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly. If you do know it, we'll do it 3 times. Do each one if you can in a single breath. Do with conviction and volume so it can be heard by all of the subtle bodies within and all around. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topi Vayaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Bihantraha Saji. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topi Vayaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Bihantraha Saji. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topi Vayaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Bihantraha Saji. Purifier Pranayama. Imagine all the purifying effects are going up through the body, right up the central psychic channel to the crown. As you exhale, imagine you're just expelling all the impurities out of the body that reside in the physical, mental, and emotional planes and spiritual planes. So the left hand in Yana Mudra, second finger and thumb connected, and you rest it on the left lap somewhere along the left leg. The right hand, second and third fingers fold down. This is Vishnu Mudra. When you turn a palm towards you, no longer Vishnu Mudra. But we use the thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left nostril to control the passage of breath through the nostrils. For this technique, the count for the inhale is 4. The breath retention is 12 counts. In which you hold you contract the root muscles and contract the buttocks, push the belly button in front of the spine. This is the root lock. For the throat lock, you engage that as well. You bring the chest up, the chest up as you inhale, so that when you hold the breath, the chin comes down in the chest while keeping the back straight. You don't want to hunch the back. Keep the back very, very straight as possible. The attention at the space between the eyebrows and the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth will seal off the lock. For the exhale, you breathe out through the left side and you release the locks. Okay, so I'll cue you through it, and the breath out is for 8 counts. 4, 12, 8. So let's try it a few times. Breathe out completely, sit up tall, inhale through both nostrils. 3, 4, hold the breath, plug the nose with thumb and ring finger. Third eye attention. 4, 5, throat lock, root lock. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the left side. 2, remember to release the locks. 4, 5, 6, be completely empty by the 8 count. 8, again, inhale. 3, fill the lungs, raise the chest, hold the breath now, chin on the chest. 3, 4, 5, Tanagara Bandha Mula Bandha. 8, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out to the left side again, slowly and evenly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale, breathe in deeply, fill the lungs. Hold the breath. Everything stops. All the mental activity, the mind, the physical actions, and the emotions as though they're frozen. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out to the left side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. 4, hold the breath, apply the throat to the root lock as always. 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out to the left side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Inhale. 4, hold. Everything stops once again. All the attention fixed at the space between the eyebrows, the seat of divine perception. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out the left side. 3, 4, 5, 6, release the right hand down. Take a moment to observe the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. Have no expectations of what you should or should not observe. Have no attachment to the result. So now we'll do just a few rounds of calming breathing. Since we're doing it for a very short time, this is just mostly to learn a technique so you can do it by yourself. You can do this at any time of day. It brings about a healing effect a calming effect on you, a calming effect. So what we're doing is we're just trying to breathe freely and watch the movement of the breath. So as you it's not to form an alternate nostril breathing with no breath retention. Inhale through the left, close both nostrils fully before you exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, again close both nostrils just for a fraction of a second before you exhale through the left. Start and end on the left side. Throughout the breath technique, on the inhale, you're watching the breath moving down towards the spine. On the exhale, the breath moves back up. So you're constantly watching the wave motion of the breath. And this, again, helps the mind, prepares the mind for meditation, brings the mind to a calm state that is less prone to being distracted and full of cravings that ultimately leads to suffering, okay, because they form cravings lead to attachments, attachments lead to suffering. So let's begin. Staying tall and straight now. Breathe out completely. Close off the right side with the right thumb. Inhale down to the left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close the left, open back up. Right side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to the right. Gradually inflate the lungs. Lift the chest. 5, 6, 7, 8. Close right, open left, back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down left. 3, 4, 5. Gradual, steady inhale. Exhale right. 3, 4. Same thing on the exhale, nice and even. 8. Down to the right, inhale. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale left. 2, 3. Remember, close the nostrils off completely before you breathe out. Down, inhale. Exhale right. Down through the right. Close right, open left, exhale. Completely empty by the 8th count. Down through the left, inhale. Exhale right. Down through the right. Exhale left. Down left. Exhale right. Down through the right again, inhale. Exhale left. One more round, inhale left, down. Exhale right. Down to the right, inhale. Exhale left. Release the right hand now. Close the eyes. Bury your mind deep in the heart, where God resides equally. There is an equal portion of God present in all beings everywhere. And through the practice, we try to attune our minds to that supreme divine essence that manifests in so many glorious ways through the forms in this universe. Now in the practice, keep reminding yourself God is within all beings. And so when we see God in all beings, it becomes virtually impossible to want to do any harm to them. We love and revere each and every one. So now let's come to standing and continue with the practice of the asanas. Make it again a divine offering to all beings everywhere. Come up to standing. We'll start off with some warm-ups, prepare the body for the practice. So the idea is to move the joints in every which way possible, with vigor, with energy, so that they warm up. So let's start off by shaking the wrists, moving very, very rapidly from side to side. And up and down like the wings of a hummingbird. You shouldn't even be able to see your fingers, or my fingers they're moving so fast. Now drop the arms by the sides and continue to throw the head from side to side. Let the arms hit the body any which way, like heavy ropes. Good, and then slow it down. Hands on the hips, circle the head. Large circles, the ears touching the shoulders, the chin to the chest, and the back of the head to the top of the back. And then go the other way. Around and around it goes. Now, left foot forward, right arm circles backwards. If you can, move the arm faster. If you have any trouble with your shoulder, you can support with your left hand. Also, turning the body with the arm helps also. Then go the opposite direction now. You can imagine holding weight to 5 pounds in the hand to make the arm swing more easily. And now the right foot forward, left arm goes backwards. Make as though you're winding up to throw a ball. And then go forward. Good. Now, bring the feet in line with one another. So open up the feet a little slightly more in hip width. Raise your arms up, pull the opposite elbows, bend to the left, bounce a few times. Then go to the other side, stretch the whole left side of the body. Try not to make folds in the waist. On the right side, go to the left again. Pull the elbow. And then go to the other side. Try not to make wrinkles in the waist. And then one more time to the left. And go to the right. Come back to the center. Little circles over the head to start. Mostly moving the head, neck, and shoulders at first. But then gradually the circles get larger. The chest and the upper back coming into the movements. If you feel apt to do so, you can even turn the whole trunk. The forearms come right across the tops of the feet. Make like a windmill. And coming back up, go the other way now. Starting off with little circles first. Gradually getting bigger and bigger. And then finally the whole trunk, perhaps if you feel apt to do so. And coming back up, and release the arms. Good. Now from here, arms by sides of the body, jump up and down. If you have any knee or ankle issues, you just lift your heels if you like. If you can, press into your toes and spring all the way up. Get as high as you can. Be like a child. If you're always in the mindset of a child, you'll always be blissful. Good. And then conclude. This one, if you need to bring a left hand on the wall, you may, or a chair. Swing the right leg back and forth. Try to get your knee to the shoulder, the toes to the back of the head. Make the leg feel and look like a pendulum that went out of control. And then the other leg, loosen up the hip joint. feet come back together, arms by sides of the body. Raise your arms up and the heels at the same time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back down. 2, 3, push to loose your toes. Try not to allow the heels hit the ground heavily. Come up again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Engage your core and the leg muscles down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right back up again. 3, 4. Be like the witness watching the body moving all by itself. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Come up. 3, 4, 5, 6. And back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring the chin back down on the chest in a gesture of humbleness. Stay in this humble mindset throughout the practice. Renounce all the fruits. Renounce all the, let go of all expectations, let go of all attachment to the results. Now let's come to the front of the mat. Surya Namaskara. So imagine you're together physically moving like a school of fish. Standing called the mind of offering. Bring your arms up overhead, arch back as you see fit. Fold the body down in half. Bend your knees, your hands to the ground. Chest on the thighs. Right foot back. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank. Bring the knees down, the seat goes all the way back behind the heels. Glide between the arms. Brush the nose, as come forward. Roll the shoulders back, arch the back like a cobra. Coming all the way back. Come forward again. Glide forward. Pull at the floor like you're trying to pull the floor towards you. And this will help propel the body forward with more power and ease. Take the seat back, come forward again. Pull your elbows to the sides of the body, and then like the whole front of the body, bring your head all the way up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your seat, allow the head come down. If you can, below the arms. If you're flexible, touch the forehead to the ground. And then the right foot steps forward. If that's a different transition, you can bring the left knee down first. Use your right hand to slip and push the foot forward if you need to. And then the left foot comes forward to meet the right. Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. Come back on the hands to the heart. Engage the buttocks to support you as you lean back. The upper back muscles as well. Fold the body down. Uttanasana. Left foot back. Into the plank. Lower the knees. The seat goes back again. Come between your hands. Try to keep your neck long so you don't lose your neck. When you lose your neck, you won't have much movement to bring the head back. Come forward again. Lengthen the neck. Roll the shoulder by pushing the shoulders down. Pressing the shoulders. Come back again one more time. Come forward. Pull the shoulders back. Open up the heart in every way, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat again. Soften the line in the back. The left foot comes forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana. Bow down as though in humbleness. Come right to standing. Raise your arms up over the head. And then back home, Pranayama. Always coming back to source. Remember that center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart is the spiritual heart where God resides. Uttanasana. Right foot back. Into the plank. Everything you do is an offering to God. Knees, chest, forehead down. Come forward. If you can this time, push into your hands, let the hips and knees away from the ground. Upward facing dog. Stay for a moment. Bend the toes under. Push the hips forward. Pulse a little bit. Try to get your shoulders back, the nose up. Feel and look like a dog howling at the moon. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bounce here as well. Try to get your belly towards the thighs and chest towards the ground. If you can, try to lower the head down, roll the arms, maybe you touch the forehead to the ground. Look like a dog stretching its back. And now, the right foot comes forward to the hands, feet together, Uttanasana. Come right up to stand, reach up and back, and come back always, Pranayama. Go up and back. Fold the body down. Every movement has its particular consciousness. Tap into it. Left foot back. Open yourself up to divine grace, surrendering to divine service. Into high plank, knees, chest, forehead down. Adjust your humbleness with the eyes downcast. Come right through into upward facing dog again. Stay here again. Bounce. Try not to fold. Make folds in the lower back and the back of the neck. Telescope your trunk out of the hips, neck out of the shoulders. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press down to the base of the fingers, the finger pads and heels, your palms. Stretch and demonstrate the loyalty of the dog to its master. It's a beautiful quality. Embrace it, embody it. And then the left foot comes forward to the hands softly. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs again, head down, close to the feet. Come right up to standing, reach up and back, and come back home. Go up and back. Stretch the whole front of the body. Uttanasana, adjust your humbleness here. Right foot back. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down. Keep the elbows close to the body, turn the fingers out a little bit. Right through to upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. The right foot comes forward to help bring the foot forward without making a big heavy sump. Shoulders come forward over the fingertips. And then Uttanasana, chest on the thighs. Come right up to stand again. And then back home, Pranayama. Always come back to source of divine love at the heart. Infuse every movement with love and devotion. Uttanasana. Left foot back. And then into the plank. Right down. Ashtanga Namaskara. Through to upward facing dog. So you can get your hips and legs up off the ground. Charge the legs. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot comes forward quietly. Ever so softly. Feet together so as not to disturb the mind. Bring it to a state of agitation. Reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Move fluidly, slowly. Keep the mind always in the same temperament. Unchanged, unbothered, unjudging. Let's add on now. Bend your knees, bend knee on your thighs, join your hands and pull them all the way up over your shoulders, forehead to your shins. The right foot goes back. Back knee down, swing your arms all the way up, Kapiyasana. Reach the arms up, drop your shoulders and pull the arms back. Try to get your arms beside your ears, maybe behind the ears. Lift the chest, push the lower back up and in. Wiggle shoulders back and forth a little bit. Stay for a moment. Stretch from the toes all the way to the fingertips. Good, now come back down into the high plank. You can do the same as you to upward facing dog if you like. You leave the lower down in one line from the heels to top of the head, hovering above the ground about 1 inch. Push into your hands, and then right into upward facing dog. So your choice of entry from here on. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. The right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between the hands. Again, shoulders over the fingertips, the foot lands quietly. Hips right forward towards front heel, Kapiyasana. Reach up and back. Rock your shoulders back and forth. Loosen up the shoulders here. Push your chest up. Good. Lean away from the front leg. Try to keep your arms straight. And then come forward. Belly on your sides, bring your hands behind the back. If you can, touch your fingers to the ground. Hold the breath and bring the left foot forward to meet the right. Uttanasana. Chest try to slide below the knees. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. Hasta Uttanasana. And then right back. Pranayama. Go up and back again. And then fold the body down. Uttanasana. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch your body move even more power, grace, and ease. The left foot goes back first this time. Kapiyasana. Stretch. Imagine your index fingers going right over the back toe. Perhaps it doesn't happen today. At some point, everything will get to experience everything. Just keep practicing. Reach. And then come back into high plank. Every time we come back a little bit better each time. Lower down, up very close to the ground, into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. The idea is to have do constant practice, anchor determination, and adherence as goals that will get you to make rapid progress. The left foot comes back and up, Ekapada, step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat, Kapiyasana again. Make like a crescent moon for the moon, radiating the light, reflecting the light of the sun. Radiate your light from within. stretch. We come forward, belly on your thighs, so your hands behind the back, join them together if you can. Feet together, push your body into your legs. If you're flexible, try to get your seat in line with your heels. Your body pressing all the way against the legs if the legs are straight. If your body starts to touch your legs, bend your knees a little bit. Move again according to your condition. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And then back home, hands to the heart. That same variation this time, flowing from one pose to the next, like a divine dance, a devotion and love. Bend your knees, and then pull your hands all the way up off your back, over your head, left foot goes back. Sorry, not left foot, right foot. Into Kapyasana, reach back. Come right back down. Into high plank. Down we go. Any entry. If you want to try another one, even bring your seat back. See if you can make it all the way through without dropping your legs to the ground. You have to push into with your head, push through with your toes. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. The right leg up. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down. Kapyasana again. Shine your light from within. Right forward. Swing your hands all the way up over your shoulder, in line with your shoulders, maybe in front of the head. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. Salute and back home. Again, raise arms up, stretch, fold the body down. Push your seat up, your chest with your knees, and your left foot goes back. Back knee down, Kapyasana. Come right back into high plank. Entry your choice into upward facing dog. Again, you can take your seat back if you like. Try to make it all the way through without touching your legs to the ground. Be careful of your shoulders. Into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot goes up and back. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down. It's good to vary the transitions a little bit so you don't incur any repetitive strain injuries. Bring the arms all the way up and back. Feet together. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. Reach up and back. And come back home. Let's do that variation one more time. Reach up. Come down. Bend your knees. Belly on your thighs. Push your seat all the way up over your heels. Uttanasana. Right foot goes back. Into Kapyasana. And right down with your hands and other entrance yet to explore. Left leg goes all the way up and back into three-legged dog. Come forward, shoulders over the fingertips. If you can't, keep your leg up. Lower your chest down first. If you need to, you can lower your knee down so your chest is coming down. Through into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up. Split the foot between the hands. Back knee down. You have to see yourself in the practice trying to tame with God. And then keep on working towards it. Hands behind the back. Left foot leads right. We'll have the chance to experience everything on the way to self-realization. Reach up and back. Come back home. And again. Stretch the arms up overhead. Fold the body down. Uttanasana. Left foot goes back. Reach up and back. Come back down with your hands. And if you like, again, swing the right leg all the way up and back into Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come forward to high plank, shoulders over the fingertips. If you can't, keep your leg up. Lower your knee down at the same time your chest is coming down if you need to. Chest touches down, fall right through upward facing dog, then downward facing dog. Left foot goes up. Step the foot between the hands. With constant practice, you learn all sorts of tricks to move efficiently and gracefully and powerfully. Reach up and back, Kapyasana. Come forward, hold your breath. Swing your hands behind the back, feet together, Uttanasana. Push your body into your legs, the forehead comes right against the shins perhaps. And come right up to standing. Reach up and back. Come back home. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale the love from the heart up to the ground. Hold the breath, imagine love going out to all beings everywhere. Like the sun, it shines down on everything equally. Exhale back down to the heart. We need established and divine unconditional love for all. And release. So let's continue with some bounded sequences now. Starting off on the left foot, let's start off with ballet pose. Push down with the left foot Anchor that foot down, spread the toes. Take hold of the heel from the inside, thumb behind the heel, and bring the leg and the arm up at the same time you can. Now, depending on your flexibility, maybe your fingers and toes are on the same line with the shoulders. Maybe if you're flexible, the leg comes up higher. If you flex the foot, it's a little bit easier to balance. Lean a little bit to your left if your leg is higher. Good. You can look up if you like, and embody the grace and magnificence of a dancer. Now from here, gliding eagle. Let go of the foot, try not to drop it down all the way down. Control the descent so it comes down, but just barely touching the ground, not touching the ground if you can. Bend your left knee, land your belly on your thigh, and your head comes down from the height to the knee. Your right foot comes higher if you can than the hip. Arch the back. Make like an eagle soaring through the air. Picture it in your mind, you become what you see in your imagination. Now let's return to the previous pose if you can. You need to put your foot down, remain unconcerned and judging, just do your best. And then come all the way up again. And then break the pose, come back down. Just take a moment to just visualize yourself moving through that seat with ease, with grace. Perhaps the body will obey. Bring the right foot down. If it doesn't, remain unconcerned and unjudging as always. Left hand comes the inside the heel, thumb behind the heel. Again, take your choice of your height. And if you can't find a balance, you can bring your right hand on a wall or stand against the wall. If you can't straighten your leg easily, hold underneath the knee if you need to. Eventually, with practice, all is possible. Good. Look up. So I say, this is for you, God. Everything is an offering. Good. Now from here, I didn't do that very well. Let go of the foot, bend your right knee, and come down. Try to keep the mind undisturbed as possible, like you were the witness watching everything happening. You are not the body nor the mind nor your emotions. Now pressing the right foot, come back up. Take hold of the foot again, right up into ballet pose. And then release. Good. Charge the body, turn the palms forward. Inhale the best, right up through the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout, within and to all beings everywhere. Everything you have meant to be shared. So let's continue. Go to the back of the mat. Left foot forward, left hand down. Stay in the fingertips. If you can't open, when you bring the right leg up, if you can't open up your body to the right, you can bring your hand on a block, the short end down, so that you have more height. Open up, of course, according to your flexibility. Open up to the right. Point your toes, stretch. Make sure your hands and fingertips are together and not loose. Make the line sharp and true. Now bring the right hand back down. From here, lower the right leg about the height of the hip. Extend to the crown. The right hand a little bit to the right of the left foot. You can keep your left hand on the seat if you need to, and if you can, you turn your chest to your left now. And then if you can, lift the left arm up, turn the body, the chest all the way to your right. Extend to the toes. Now bring the left hand back down, walk your hand towards the standing foot, left foot. Bend your left knee if you need to get your belly to come onto your thigh. If you're flexible, you bring the right leg up higher. Eventually try to come into standing split. If you have hamstring tightness, you can bend your right knee. Not so much important about the height. The idea here is concentration. Your left hand on the outside of the foot, index finger on the outside of the heel. You walk your hand, right hand closer. Maybe come off one finger at a time until you're just on one finger. Perhaps you can bring your right hand on the foot. Index finger on the inside of the heel. Gaze just beyond the toes. Try to get your hip in line with your heel. Now bring the hands down and just with the heels roughly in line with your toes, not too far forward, otherwise you have to jump and this will drain all your energy. So see if you can lift your left heel up. If you like here, you can bend your right knee, flex your foot, keep your heel close to your seat. If you want, you can even take a few jumps up, push with your hands, and see if you can get your left foot up off the ground. Okay, if you want, you can even come, whoops, up into handstand, handstand practice. Bend your knee, lift up, try to get your hip to come up here. If you bend your legs, it's a little bit easier to find balance. Flex your feet, keep your feet close to your body. And you come back down. You can always do this on the wall or against the wall if you need to as well. Don't be too close to the wall. I'll just bring here quickly here so you can prepare for the next side. If you're on a chair, for instance, you bring your foot on the back of the back of the chair or on the wall about the height of the hip. Let's see if you can get up. It's hard for me to actually. Okay, so imagine your foot's on the chair or the wall, or on the wall, one leg's behind you. Okay, so you can do it that way. So let's try it on the other side now. So starting off with Ardha Chandrasana, right foot forward, right fingertips down about 14 or 16 inches away from the foot, not too close. Otherwise it'll be difficult to open up. Left leg up, left arm up. Open up completely. And then bring the left hand back down. Set it so that the fingertips align with your left shoulder. Roll the left hip down and in a little bit so that you're looking like you're lying on a table. The legs about the height of the hip, and you need to keep your hand on the seat if you can't, if your shoulder is too tight to open up, and we bring it to come up, otherwise we'll bring the right arm up. Try to get your chest fully to the right, your shoulders one on top of the other. And bring the right hand down. So you can raise the left leg up higher, or again, bend your knee if you need to. Right hand on the foot, index finger on the outside of the heel, bend your right knee so you can get your belly to stay with your thigh. Lift the left leg up higher and higher if you can, if you're flexible. Vent your feet on the same line. And walk your left foot in, left hand in. And maybe eventually come off all but just one finger. Maybe even take your left hand on the foot. Here again, your hip is right in line with your heel. Gaze just beyond the toes. Hug the forearm to the legs, forearms to the leg. And if you like, bring your hands down on the ground in front of the foot. And then again, push up off the right heel. You can just keep your heel on the ground the whole time if you like. Again, it's easier if you bend your left leg so your knees, your heels close to your seat. Hold your breath, push into the ground with your hands so you can come up. If you want to do other handstands, you can. If you want to come to the wall, again, go ahead to the wall. G likes to do these poses because it thickens the wrists, makes your arms strong. Okay. And then release. Stay for a moment, hang like a rag doll. Breathe in. Breathe out. And keep your head heavy as you roll your way up. Charging breathing, turn the palms forward. Inhale to bust the bast right up the spine to the ground. Exhale again, send it everywhere throughout your being. Send it to all beings everywhere. Let's do one more. Natarajasana. So we're going to start same sort of way. Left foot forward, left fingertips down on the ground. Bring your right leg up, but bend your knee. Okay, so if you can't take your foot, if you're having trouble, bend your left knee. Bring your knee in front of your belly, like you're doing a tuck. And then pull your foot all the way up. As your foot comes further and further away from the body, the seat, straighten up the left leg. So So you can stay here if you like. Open up your chest fully. It should feel like a bow pose. So you try to push the foot as far away from your seat as possible. If you want, you can look down, take your left finger off the ground, bring it to the heart. If you have flexibility, bring it to the foot. Bring your heel in towards the seat first and push your foot out. You want to come right into dancer, you can, or standing bow pose. So with either both hands on the foot or left arm forward. Wherever you are is perfect if you're trying your best. It's not the result that's important, it's the effort and the intention. Break the pose, bring the right foot back down. Try it on the other side now. Bring your right foot forward, right fingertips stand on the ground. Bring your left leg up. Again, you can start with your knee close to your belly. Take hold of the ankle or the lower leg and pull the leg all the way up and back. Try to push the foot as far away from your seat as possible. And once it's as far away as possible, straighten out the right leg. Now you can stay here if you like the whole time. Or if you want, look down. Make sure the hip is over the heel, same line. Hold your breath. Take your right hand to the heart. If you want, you can even press into your right foot, come into dancer from there. Or if you can, take your right hand to the foot as well. You can either stay with your head down, your body canted downwards like this, or you can press into your right foot and come back up. Chest is lifted, the foot about the height of the head. Keep trying. Fall out of it, come right back up. Break the pose. Again. Charging breathing. Turn the palms forward. Inhale, magic lights of every color. Streaming all the way into the body, through the skin, right up to the crown, right up to the crown. Exhale, send the light everywhere throughout. Radiate your light from within. So now standing in the middle of the mat with the facing out the long edge of the mat. Bring your fingertips together at the height of the elbows, at the height of the in line with the elbows and the height of the shoulders. Step or jump your feet apart. Turn to your left. Turn your left foot forward. Virabhadrasana. You're more flexible. Try to go a little bit lower. Try to get your knee over the toes. And more specifically over this middle two toes so that your knee's not falling inwards. Be strong and mighty with the warrior. Now from here, you can either actually bring the right knee down, come back up, bring the left foot in, bend the toes under on the back foot. Starting off with Sukha Trikonasana. Arms out to the side, left hand down on the inside of the left foot, right arm up. Keep the shoulder with the knee. If this is easy for you, you can take a bind. Your right hand comes behind the back. Slip your hand either in between your body and your thigh, hand on the thigh, roll the right shoulder back, or if you can, lower the left shoulder down a little bit below the line of the knee. The left arm goes underneath the leg more easily. Right arm goes behind the back. See if you can hold the wrist or lock your fingers together. Again, push your right shoulder back. You can stay here or bend your left knee, lift your right knee up off the ground. Try to get your right leg straight. Your head still close to the ground. Good. Now from here, if you want, those who are more advanced can bring your right foot in a little bit. And see if you can balance on your left foot in, if you can bring your right heel off the ground to start. Maybe you can right foot up a little bit, test the waters a little bit, so maybe bring it all the way up potentially. Release the right foot back down. Now from here, lower the right knee down, come forward. Right arm up, Parivrita Paschimottanasana. I'll bring it, do it this way. Right arm up, angle the toe and the knee towards the right a little bit. So make space for the right arm to come down on the outside of the leg. You want to eventually have your arm on the outside of the knee. This is for if you want to take the bind. Your left hand pushes into your right, and we don't stay here. You keep pushing your right hand down, your left hand down and right. At the same time, your belly moves up over the thigh, perhaps. Left side of the chest comes behind your thumbs. Left shoulder goes all the way back. If you want, you can lift your right knee up off the ground here. If you're flexible, you can do a bind. You can do it with your knee on the ground or off the ground. Try either way, both ways, to see which way gets you into it more easily. So you can use your left hand to push the right arm underneath the leg. Left arm goes underneath your, left arm goes over your back. Join your hands underneath your belly. Push your left shoulder back. You can keep your right knee on the ground, remember, if you need to. Break the pose, bring the right knee back down. Kapiyasana. This way. Sink your seat all the way forward towards the front heel. You can even keep your hands on the knee and lean back. Push the lower back up and in. Telescope your body out of the hips. Allow the head to drop back, your shoulders drop back. If you can, you can take over your opposite elbows, rest your head on your arms, full pose. Go ahead. Hands in Kali Mudra to embody fierceness and fearlessness of Kali. Lift the chest. Stretch. If you know any variations, go ahead. Perhaps you can even take your back foot up. If you have your hip close to your seat, your hands may touch the ground. You can bring your thumb to your back knee, behind the knee. Wrap your fingers around the outside of the knee. Let's see if you can guide your foot to your head. Eventually, maybe the foot lands on the head. And then bring your arms up once you find a balance. This again, just variation. Break the pulse. Now from here, lizard. Walk your left foot out towards the edge of the mat. Lift the back heel up. Scooch back and forth a few times. Try to get your hips to sink. Imagine made of lead. Push one more time to the right foot. Lower the knee. If your hips are low enough, roll to the right so you can fall on your right forearm and your right hip. Roll back to your left. Try to keep your knee close to the shoulder. And you try to get your hips to sink right down. When your hips are down, the rest of the body might follow more easily. The pelvis, the belly, and the chest. If you're not, your hips are not close to the ground, stay on your hands and keep on trying to push your hips down. Imagine again. Imagine use your visualizations, your imagination to help you go deeper. Your hips are made of lead, or your hips are attracted to the ground with a magnet. Eventually, your body will come closer to the ground if you lengthen. Now coming back up. Bring the seats back. Lift the front heel. Bow to legs. You shouldn't be with your seat all the way back. Your seat should still be in over your knee. And then when you come forward, perhaps if you want to bring the right foot a little bit to your left. Bow to the leg. You rest your belly on your thigh, your cheek on your left cheek on your left inside the shin. A gesture of humbleness and surrender here. You can stay here, or if you have a Hanumanasana, you can bring the right foot again back and let your knee bend the toes under, and then send your hips forward like you're doing a lunge again, Anjali-asana, but lift your toes up and then pulse. Don't go too hard and too fast. Remember that all beings are experiencing this through you, so you don't want to go to a place of pain or suffering. So bit by bit, perhaps the body will come down. And if you're all the way down, you can do any expression you like. Representing the leap that Hanuman took to rescue his master's wife. Anything is possible with adherence to ethical rules, with faith, with constant practice, adherence to the ethical rules, and the other aspects of the practice. Now break the pose. From here, hands the inside, to the right of the legs, and then from here, slide your left foot in. If you need to, drag your left heel in, bring your toes under, and then flip back up to standing. Now if you can't see the screen anymore, just turn around 180 degrees, otherwise turn your right foot forward, Virabhadrasana. Come into the consciousness of a warrior, strong, determined, always ready to serve. Now from here, lower the left knee down, bring the right foot in a little bit, so again your heel is in line with your knee. You should be able to lift your foot up. Good, now open up to your left, arms out, right hand down, left arm up. Keep the shoulder with the knee. Lift up very high, and if you want, take a half or full bind, your left hand behind the back. Maybe you can slip your right arm underneath your leg, left arm goes over your back, and pull the left arm, try to get your left shoulder back. You want to keep going, bend the toes under the back foot, lift the back knee up off the ground, send your seat up, your head down. Try to get your left leg straight. Good. And then from here, look towards front foot. If you want to try to balance, bring your left foot in close as you need to, so you can get your right hip over the right heel, and see if you can lift your left heel up off the ground to start, maybe the foot, maybe eventually your left foot will come higher. Keep the right shoulder against the knee, inside the knee. Bring the left foot back down, turn forward, left knee down. Now coming back up, left arm up, ankle toe the knee towards the left, go down to the right. Left arm down. Again, your expression of Pranayama Pashkamasana, the right hand that pushes down your left. Try to get your body higher so you're not trapped behind your leg. Try to get your belly higher than the thigh first, and then the chest comes behind your thumbs, roll right shoulder back, look up. The face and chest turned up. If you want to take other variations from here, you can either keep. Bring the left knee up off the ground, and you can do it with a bind as well. If your knee's down for the bind, it might be easier sometimes because you don't have to worry about the balance. Push your seat back so they have more room. You have to kind of use your right hand to push against, tap against the arm. Your arm goes through a diagonal angle in front of your belly. Right arm goes over the back, join your hands together, pull on your lock your fingers or pull on your wrists, and then turn. Turn the chest up. Once you find the pose, try to merge with the form. Find God within the form. Express all your love and devotion in the form and to the form. Break the pose. From here, lizard. So doing from this angle here, your right foot moves out to the edge of the mat so that when you come down, your knee's not falling away from your body. You want to keep your knee close to the shoulder. Okay, so the shin should stay vertical. And then push one more time through the left foot, lower the knee down, flatten out the toes so you can fall to your left. Land your left forearm if your hips are low enough, and then roll to the right. Again, make sure this is not happening, nor this. This sometimes happens as well. Keep your shin vertical, and then so you can get both sides of your hips down equally. The more you lengthen, the more the body will come down. Rest for a moment in silence and stillness. And then from here, lift the seat, bring your hips back, bring the right toes up, bow to your leg. So sink down your belly onto your thighs. Imagine you can try to get your chest beyond your knee. You can bring that foot in a little bit if you find it easier to balance. Make sure, again, your hip is not sinking all the way back behind the knee. It should be above the knee. And if you want, you can also go into Hanumanasana. Bend your left toes under, slide your right foot forward, and then walk your hands back alongside your hips so you're not leaning forward. Keep your body straight, your shoulders over the hips, head in the same line as your hips. And again, if you want to take any variations once you're fully down, you can take your arms up. And most important, demonstrate all the qualities of Hanuman. They're already within, you just have to turn them on. So, stay there for a few breaths. I realize I'm running out of charge, so hopefully the battery won't run out. Here, break the pose, bring the hands back down. From here, slide your right foot back in. Okay, so from here, come back into plank position. Let's go to Vasisthasana. On your left hand first, turn to your right, go into your side plank. Make sure that you're not dropping to your shoulder, your hips not sagging down. If this is happening, just lower the left knee down on the ground. Push your hips all the way forward. And then come back either to table or to plank. Go on the other hand now, the right hand. You can stay in the modified version or you turn, your ankles can stay crossed. Now come back down into high plank. You lower the knees down. From here, let's go into Supavivasana. If you have knee issues, you can sit on your heels and just bring your hands back as far as you can. If you have more flexibility, you don't have any knee issues, separate your heels so you can sit between your heels, come down perhaps, so you can come onto your forearms. You can come all the way down to the back and do so. Take all your opposite elbows and pull in the elbows, try to get knees and elbows as far apart as possible. Take a deep breath in, exhale, sink. Allow the belly button to sink down into the ground. Great. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. My live stream ended. Give me a minute. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I hope. Just give me 1 second. I have to set up. Okay, sorry. Excuse me. Okay, I apologize. I wasn't expecting my battery to run out. I had to fix this in a minute. I'm sorry. Deepest apologies, my battery ran out. So I'm just going to go on where I left off. I'm not sure when it stopped, so unfortunately part of the transmission might be missed. But I'll just go. Okay, I'll continue. So from here, we're going to go into Vasisthasana now, other variations. So from here, let's demonstrate a couple of options, starting plank. And we're going to go to the right first. So from here, if you like, you can slide your toes back. If you turn on your left foot so the toes are pointing on the same line as the rest of the leg. Push your hip all the way up. You don't need to move your left foot in a little bit so the inside edge of the foot is down. The left foot, so you can raise your right foot up. You can take the foot up easily, take hold of the knee. If you're flexible, take hold of the foot. Rock the left leg. And if you want, you can also turn the left heel to palm. If you have shoulder flexibility, you can go into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Okay, so let's try it first on the right side. Go on your left hand. If you're doing it from your knee, you can just do it. Raise your right leg up if you like. So you can take hold of the foot and push your foot back. Or just do it from here. Okay, so go ahead. Good. All right. And now we're going to come out of the pose gracefully. Come back to plank. Go on the other side now. On your right hand. Move the right hand a little bit to your left first in front of your nose. And then from here, if you want to go into the advanced variations, slide your left toes back. Keep turning on the right foot again until the toes are the same line as the rest of the leg. If your foot is turned too much, you might slip out of the pose. Push your hip all the way up. It should feel like an Urdhva Dhanurasana. Make sure your foot's not too far away from your hand. Your right foot moving a little bit if you need to. This gives you more height to your hips, so you can get your left foot up more easily. You can take your weight up off your left foot. So you can take it up, take hold of the knee, or take hold of the foot. Keep your right leg straight as possible if you can. If you bend your knee, it also sinks more. It tends to make the body heavy, and then you can't get your leg up, your left leg up. Break the pose. Keep your hip high, keep your right arm fully extended as you return. Okay, so from here, lower the knees down, come into child pose for a moment, breathe in, breathe out, all fatigue, relax. Even here you're offering up the benefits because all poses have their own benefits. Share them all. And then release. So next we're going to do King of the Poses. Shilshasana, if you already have a headstand practice, I invite you to go ahead and do whichever variation you like or you're working on. If you need a little bit more help, if you have, for instance, you don't feel comfortable having your feet leave the ground, hair pose. Just bring your forehead in front of your knees and lift your seat up. This is still an inversion. You try to get your seat in line with your knees and try to push your heart right between your shoulder blades. Try to make the back look like a wall. If it's too much pressure, you're feeling too much pressure in the back of the head, back of the neck, just move your head a little bit forward. You want to go further, bring your hands down, wrists in line with your knees roughly. Bring your knees up off the ground, walk your feet forward, right behind your wrist. Try to get your seat up over your shoulders. So you can get your knees just underneath the knees against your elbows, and here maybe take one foot or both feet eventually up off the ground. Just need to bend your toes back and then you're off the ground. Actually, if you keep pushing your knees into your arms, you may be able to get your feet up higher, close to your seat. Teddy bear. Okay. Those of you who are in headstand, you can go into lotus if you like. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And just again, go within. Just bring your attention to the space to your eyebrows and stay with your attention there. If you need to do it on a wall, you can bring your feet against the seat at the base of the chair or the wall. Your seat on the heels. your elbows in line with your shoulders. Make sure you can hold your opposite arms easily. And then don't move your elbows. Bring your hands forward, interlace your fingers. They flatten out your hands so they look like a open palm. Okay, so then this forms a helmet for the head. You place your forehead down, your head in front of your hands. Your hands eventually form a helmet for the head. You bring one foot on the seat of the chair or on the wall at the height of the hip. Just look at the wall, place your heel where roughly your hip is in the same line. Bring one leg back all the way behind. Try to get your heels to stay, your foot behind you to stay close to the ground. Push the foot towards the ground. The more you push the back foot, the more eventually you'll be able to get up off into alignment with your hips, in line with your shoulders, and this will allow you to find a balance. More advanced practitioners, you can do whatever you want. If you want, you can try to lift your head up off the ground. Hold your breath. It's easier to split your legs first. Put your head up, you have to push into your forearms. If you're more proficient, you can even just keep doing it. 10 head taps. Keep pressing to the base of the toes. It's easier if your hands are flat, actually, on the ground. Some yogis do just this pose. You don't need too much flexibility to do this in all its different variations and tones. Many of the muscles in the body improves concentration, improves circulation, and it is a cardiovascular benefits as well because your heart has to work harder in the poses, the inversions. Do 30 more seconds here. Stay with it if you can. If you're just starting out, you can just test the waters, stay out for a few seconds, come down, and each time you come into the pose, you might be able to find more time in the pose. So now those of you who are up still, gracefully make your way down. Try to land softly, with control. And once you're down, rest in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften everything. Now, leave your arms in front, slide right through into Cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, and then jump your feet all the way forward to your hands. Come to the front of the mat. Come into a squat, shoulders over the seat. Lift the heels if you can. Bend your toes into your toes, push out your toes, lift your heels as much as you can. Try not to come forward too much with your shoulders. Good. Go down. Bit by bit, very slowly. If your legs start to shake, remain unconcerned. You're like the witness, just watch your body. But your seat is right on top of your heels. And then from here you can roll back into baby cloud. Tuck your chin in, the seat lands down. As you always come up, you push into the ground with your arms, your feet come behind your head. You can stay here with your hands moving them to your seat behind your shoulders. This is where you're at, you can stay there. If you want, you can just try to move, shift one side to the other, try to get your arms all the way behind your back. Join your hands together, then your shoulders will come, your elbows will come close together. Try to get your seat in line to your shoulders. And you can again stay there or go into Shavasana. You bring your hands on your back, one leg at a time, come up gracefully. Try to get your toes on the same line as your chin. If you have a lotus, you may do it now. Use your hands to help if you need to. If you need a variation with your hands on your thighs, sometimes it helps push your knees up with your hands so that your knees are higher than your hips. It should look more like a shoulder stand, not like a plow. If you're in Pindasana.
Once again, bring your attention between your eyebrows. The seated divine perception. Nothing to do, nowhere to go but deep within, beyond the body, the mind, and emotions. Now from here, if you have a lotus pindasana, you can bring a lotus onto your chest. If you can take a bind, you wrap your arms around the outside your legs, your hands joined together just underneath your seat. If you don't have a lotus, come back to plow. Land with control, no big heavy footfalls on the ground, no crash landings. And bring your thighs against your shoulders, your thighs against your body. Feel like your shoulders, your knees come onto your shoulders. This helps you withdraw from your senses. The less you make yourself so that the more you can concentrate, the more you can be unaffected by the sense objects. You want to try to improve your concentration, and uninterrupted concentration essentially is meditation. Merge with the form. Now from here, get ready to come out of the pose, the palms down on the ground behind your back. Come down slowly. Press into your arms, keep your legs attached to the body as long as possible so you can move with control. Once your seat lands on your wrists, lower your legs down, stop when you're halfway down. Now here we're going to breathe very fast, Vastrika breath. Do it through the nose. Lift your back up off the ground now. Walk your elbows in closer behind your back, behind your heart. Push your chest all the way up, your shoulders back. Top head comes to the ground. Fish pose. If it's too much, bring your legs down. And again, breathe very fast. Bring your feet down just in front of your seat. Urdhva Dhanurasana. So if you don't have an upward facing bow, just do a bridge pose. Otherwise, the head, you stay on top of the head, your fingers come beside your head, a little bit behind it. Lift your seat up off the ground, pushing your fingertips, move your head back a little bit further towards your feet, and then turn your heads around the other way. Fingers are now pointing towards heels, a little bit outwards. Equally spread your fingers. Now you can either stay here or take your head up off the ground if you can. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Remember, the modification is bridge with your back to the shoulders, the top of the shoulders, and the arms pressing to the ground, the top of it to the ground. If you're doing bridge pose, it looks like this. If you don't know it, this is bridge pose. Push your chest up, try to get your chest to look like a wall. Okay? All right. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, if you know any variations, go ahead. If you want, let's see if you can lift the left leg up. So you can take your right hand and just come onto just your index finger left, the right hand. If you want, you can practice getting your right hand up off the ground. Benji on your right side. Other leg now. If you did one leg up, then the other right leg comes up. Bring your knee into your chest first. Bend the bent knee and then extend your leg. And if you want to come off the left hand onto your fingertips first, a few fingertips, and then eventually just on the index finger. And then eventually maybe right up off the ground. Practice getting your left hand up off the ground. So you have to push into your hand. Your hand has to come a little bit closer to your foot. So sometimes it takes a little bit of practice. One side sometimes it's easier than the other. So break the pose. Come back down. Rest for a moment. Breathe in. The best of the best. Right in through the skin. Exhale. Imagine you fainted. Let go of all fatigue. Let go of all struggle. Now, come to seated position any which way you like. I'll just extend this practice a little bit since I took some time to fix my power issue. So let's start with Paschimottanasana. Lift the arms up, hinge forward, the belly on your thighs, take hold of the feet, or alternatively you can just take hold of your legs, take hold of the opposite elbows behind underneath your legs, and just keep your belly with your thighs. And eventually you can slide your heels forward. If you're flexible, don't need to waste your time. If your legs can come flat on the ground, then detaching your body from the thighs, go ahead into that variation. Imagine trying to get your chest beyond your knees. Keep telescoping your head and chest forward. Visualize the top of the head reaching the feet. From the base of the spine, inhale up to the crown. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. Give your mind something to concentrate on, otherwise it goes all over the place sometimes. In your first living meditation, practice these exercises of concentration. Fix your mind on a single point to help occupy the mind. Now, break the pose, come back. Open up your feet a little bit. Now, take hold of the inside of the heels, your thumbs behind your heels, your armpits pretty much against your knees, in front of your knees, and just come forward. Pull on your heels. So you're trying to pull the heels towards you, but at the same time, telescope your hand chest forward. Try to get your shoulders lower than the knees. And then coming back up. From here, a little bit of different variation. Bring arms underneath. Take hold of the opposite, not opposite, but take hold of the outside edge of the feet. Pull your body down. If your shoulders are already lower than the knees, take this one so you can see. You can go into the full pose. Your heels on the outside of the heels. If your shoulders are lower, you bring your arms back. So your hands are facing backwards. Bring them a little bit closer to your hips. You might need to move your feet in a little bit, just in the inside of the mat sometimes. Otherwise, sometimes your legs land on your elbows and it's not very comfortable. So try to keep your legs close to shoulders. You're very flexible, your elbows are free. Take your bind over your back. Now imagine a tortoiseshell. It's very large. It encompasses a whole body, practically the tortoise, except for its feet and its fins. So try to lengthen the shell from the base of the spine to the crown. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, all the way back down to the base of the spine at the same time. Feel the shoulder blades separating from one another. Feel the upper back widening. Form and then release. Come back up. So from here, bend bring your feet closer, bring your fingertips behind you, lift your seat, Titibhasana. Lift your seat, bring your shoulders in behind your knees. If you can, you come on your flat hands. If it's not working, you can come onto your fists even, your knuckles. Lower your seat down, and from here, Try to get you want to have your body hovering above the ground with the same head in line with your hips if you can. Walk your feet forward. The more you walk your feet forward, keep pushing the backs of your arms, upper arms into the backs of the legs. You can lift your toes up, and you can straighten your arms. If you're strong, you can do push-ups. You can bend your elbows and then just do push-ups. If you have trouble doing that, you can bring your feet, walk instead forward, walk them towards another. So you can press one foot into the other, hold your breath, and see if you can get your toes up off the ground. So the legs squeezing your arms might be able to get your toes up off the ground into arm balance. Now release. From here, come onto your belly. Rest for a moment, forehead and hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bending it back the other way now, hands underneath your shoulders, fingertips in line with your shoulders, roll the shoulders back, start to lift your head. If it's too much for you, you can do Sphinx, your forearms stay on the ground. So Sphinx is like this, elbows underneath your shoulders, you can hold the front of the mat and just stay here if you like. Anchor the lower body down, the hips all the way down to the toes, and just keep pushing your chest forward. Try not to create a big fold across the lower back or the back neck. Eventually, maybe you can lift your elbows up off the ground. Drop your shoulders so again your head can go back more. And then bit by bit, you can start to walk your feet together, inside your feet together like the tail of a snake. Walk your hands closer and closer, one hand length at a time. Keep your chest open. Again, make sure you're not losing your neck at any point. Keep moving your shoulders back and down, telescope the neck out the shoulders. You're very flexible. You're flexible. You can bring your hand right close. Lean to one side, bring your hand close to your hip as possible. Lean to the other side. Get your hand close, and then spread your fingers. Push into your fingertips. Lift your palms up off the ground. You're coming into finger stem, both hands. Open up your legs. Bend your knees. Bring your toes up. Maybe eventually your toes will come to your head. Not always possible depending on your anatomy, but even if you don't succeed, just try your best. It's important to keep on trying, make the effort, otherwise in 20 years you'll still be in the same place. Break the pose, come back down, relax, breathe in, breathe out all fatigue. Now, bring your feet up. You can take off, press into one forearm and the toes up. Keep one foot anchored to the ground, press and break the toes, lift the other leg up, take hold of the ankle, see if you can pull it up. And keep pulling on the ankle. Once you have that one, hold the breath, bring the other leg up and take hold of the other foot, the ankle. Try not to take hold of the feet tend to be slippery. Now, you can either stay with your thighs on the ground and push your feet away from you. If you can, if you tug on your legs or your pant leg or your strap or whatever you have, then you might be able to get your thighs up off the ground. If you can't reach your ankles, take again a strap, wrap it around and take hold of the edge of the strap or a wheel or even your pant legs. Okay, so lots of different things you can do. The more you pull on the legs, the higher they'll come. Eventually you might be able to see your toes above your head. Break the pose, relax, breathe in, breathe out, relax everything. Come onto your shoulders, hand underneath the shoulders. This is almost the same pose, rabbit pose, except you're in a different orientation. So you're standing on your knees now, bend your toes under. So option one, just stay with your hands on your seat, push into your seat, pull down, lift the chest, allow the head to go back. You can stay here the whole time if you need to. Pushing, just keep using your heels, your palms to drag the seat down as you try to drag your tailbone down and under. You can stay here if you can. You lean back, right hand onto your right heel, left hand and left heel. Bring your heels together, lock your base ribs together, and then allow your hips to fall forward. As though you're just about to fall on your thighs. You're more flexible, you can take hold of your ankles. Allow the chest go up, the head go back. You can even cross your wrists if you like. Different variations. Now, release. Hands on the seat one at a time. Push into your seat. Pull down and come back up. From here, hands in front of your knees, just a little bit behind your shoulder, inside the shoulders here. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. You next pose, the same one, if that's where your edge is. If you're more advanced, you can do, if you're more flexible, you can do camel with your hands on with your toes flat on the ground, so your toes are not bent under. And if you want to do Kapotasana, if you know that one, you can do that one as well. Okay, so let's go. So you can again go into your pose, lean back, you're doing camel, hands on the feet, soles of the feet, lift the chest and allow the head to go back. If you want, you can go into Kapotasana, one up, or come back up. Take hold of the elbow, bend your hand back, spread your fingers, lean back. Engage your core. So you have to engage your core, keep your arm close to the body, your head. Engage your thighs, push your shins into the mat. Spread your fingers, stay strong so you don't, if your fingers are weak, then you might hurt your fingers. So bring your hand down and bring your other hand down. You can hold the edges of the mat. Stay here, or maybe it should be your head down. If you can even walk your hands towards your feet. Use a wheel if you like. Take hold of your feet. Very flexible, take hold of your heels. Bring your forearms on the ground. Kapotasana. Work according to your abilities and comfort. Offer up the pose. If you need to take a break, go ahead, but don't rest too long. Rest only for about 2 or 3 breaths, otherwise you lose your enthusiasm and start the exercise. Getting ready to come out of pose, you can either just, if you're doing Kapotasana, you can just slide out of it, or you can come back up, depending on your abilities. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, depending where you are, come back up to seated position. Bring your legs out in front. Twist. Spinal twist. Bring your legs forward, the right leg over to the other side of the left leg, right foot on the other side of the left leg, either with your foot a little bit beyond the knee. The right hand behind the back, left arm up. If you like, you can also fold your left leg under. You're not sitting on the foot's beside your right hip. Left arm up, go to the right. Push your forearm against the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, lift the chest. The right thigh, inhale, lift the chest. Turn to the right. If you're having your leg extended, your left leg is extended, make sure you're not leaning back. This doesn't do much for you. Your hands right against the center of the back, against the seat, and twist to your right. Try to get your shoulder over and your chin in the same line.
Each inhale, lights and push the lower back up and in. Each exhale, go a little bit deeper. Imagine how you move your left knee beyond the right knee beyond the left edge of the body. Come back. Change the side. Legs around. Left foot outside the right shin. Go to the left, or again, pull the right leg in if you can. The foot is therefore just on the outside of the right knee. Take any variations you know if you like. Keep your chest wide open. Now coming back, lie on the back for a few moments. Shavasana. Open up your feet, be on the edges of the mat. The palms facing up in the gesture receiving. Be ready to receive the best now. Imagine all streaming into the body, through the pores of the skin. On the inhale, feel a surge of the best coming in. On the exhale, flood your whole being with it. And each time it comes in, that surge of benefits, the best, direct it right to the spiritual heart where God resides. Make an offering with all that you receive. On the exhales, you can imagine that it's not only flooding you, but it's going out to all beings, because again, God is equally present in all beings. Everything, remember, is meant to be shared. So, to keep that intention locked into your mind and heart, repeat the following sentence to yourself 3 times. Everything I have, everything I am, and everything I do, I share with others. Everything I have, everything I am, everything I do, I share with others. Everything I have, everything I am, everything I do, I share with others. And it's not just exclusively for your friends and families and pets, it's for all beings. And when you think of everything as an offering, you become more mindful as well of what you're putting out there. So put out always the best of your best, do the best of your best, and be the best of your best, so that all beings experience all of that. So now getting ready to come back from Shavasana. When you're ready to do so softly, gently, with reverence. Keeping your eyes closed to the transition, move in a way that is gentle, that is reverent, that is quiet. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within and send out to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Again, I apologize for the cut in the transmission due to my power running out of my device. Hopefully that will happen again next time. Thank you so much. Much love, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.